Hi, welcome to another edition of MTG Playback. I'm Mark. I'm an actual pastor who plays Magic the Gathering, and this whole series is where I play a game on Arena, playing around with the deck, and just talk about it afterwards. I've been playing with a Rats deck that hasn't been great. I started with a splash of green, decided to move away from that. Now it's just a mono black, and I'm just trying different Rats. And I thought to do something different. Instead of just showcasing me losing to different decks, how about I actually win a game? It's very rare. It doesn't happen often. But it at least shows you what my hope for the deck is, like what I'm hoping it does. And as you think about it, if you're willing and able to kind of recommend ideas or other cards or something else that might be helpful for this deck, especially as you think about the current decks in Standard, Mono White Humans, Soldiers, Esper Legends, etc., please, I'd love your advice. So here's my opening hand. I got 2 lands. Wish I had 3, but 2 lands is blocks. I got a 1-drop. I got a couple 2-drops. I can get some cards. Let's try it and see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to mill them and see what kind of deck that we have. This deck is... I enjoy playing on the play. I really, really do. Alright, we got Recruitment Officer, Zephyr Sentinel. Alright, I'm playing against Azorius Humans. Which is good, because I actually lost to that deck in my local gaming store on Sunday. The Ocean Frontliner, a great card, an annoying card, but it is what it is. So I'm going to attack. Good use of the card to block me, because then I can't use its special ability, and it goes to my graveyard. So that's not a, and they can unearth it too. So it's not a waste on their part. All right, Recruitment Officer, 2/1. And another Ocean Frontliner. So they've got two. They've got 2 on their board. I've got 1. I decide to play to get my board bigger before attack. I want them to start noticing that my board is getting as big as theirs. Alright, we'll get rid of their Recruitment Officer. Again, I'm not really paying attention to proliferate anymore with those rats. Now I've got a 2/2, they've got a 1/1. And they've got 2 lands, I've got 2 lands as well. So I'm pretty sure they're doing something. I decided not to attack, not to block. They flash into Zephyr Sentinel. Return that, make it a 3/2. Great. Alright, I get my 3rd land. That's awesome. And they missed their land drop, and I missed my land drop too, but at least I got it. So let's get some Lord Skitters out. I'm gonna get rid of their Ocean Frontliner right away. I decided not to attack then. That was probably a mistake. I probably should have attacked to see if they would block. Alright, they get another land. Atawara. Here comes the bunny! That's a pretty small bunny, but now it's going to get bigger. Alright, it's a 3/3 bunny, and they don't attack. Another land. Alright, so now I got 4 lands. That's helpful. I decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some more cards from my hand. I get another Swamp. And I get another Prowler. So not great, but I have 4 lands, and... Alright. So I'm making my board bigger. It's just as big as theirs, except theirs they have a flyer, and theirs can, what's it called? Theirs can block, and my 2 rats can't. Right, so if I can't get anything to deal with their flyers, I'm dead. Thank you, Jesus. I gotta cut down. Alright, I've got 5 land available. This gives me options. This is probably a bit of a mistake. I'm assuming they have a counterspell. So that's why I kind of went after the tapped one. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. So now I'm trying to think about, okay, what do? I have 4 mana available. I got rid of their tap creature. I'm going to try to get something else off the board. But what do I do? I think you already know what I'm going to do. It's pretty obvious what I'm going to do here. Well, what I should do here. But I'm struggling to think about what I should do. Alright, I don't think I did the right move here. Alright, I went to combat. And I decided to go to attack. This, if they block, it's going to kill something. And if they choose... Like, I don't think this is necessarily the right move to make. And so I try to fix it this time. Actually, maybe that was the right move, right? So I get them to block one of these 1/1 rats. I decide to then give something Death Touch. Right? Exile a card, get him a Death Touch. Now, in theory, I think I could cast that again and give something else Death Touch. And I probably should have done that, but I didn't. Instead, I let the Bunny Core last one more day. But when the other I think what happens is when the other creature dies, that goes down to that loses a mana. And so it already had 1 damage, so it's a 1/1 that has already had 1 damage during the game, and it dies. So I think I did okay there. They're down to 1 card. They've got 2 things on the board. They've got nothing in their hand. And I've got 5 mana. This is great. Right. Now, I think I played this at the wrong time. Okay? I might have wanted to wait to do this until done Sewer Witch until after I had already gotten another one. But I decided, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to send some stuff in. Alright, they're down to 7. They're probably playing for a board wipe at this point. Right, a Sunfall or something. I think Sunfall is the only thing they could cast at this point. And even if they did that, it wouldn't be too problematic because I did another slower Skitter out pretty quickly and another Prowler. So I'm feeling good. Especially when they're down to 7. And if they kill my... I've got 3 Wicked rolls, right? And they give up. So that's how my deck could work and should work against Soldiers, as long as Soldiers does not get the draw that it exactly needed. I am grateful for that. Sometimes my deck works when the other opponent's deck doesn't work. But you also get the sense of how I can go quickly and the idea is going under them. So if I had gotten another land, I probably would have been able to do the Sewer Witch 1 turn earlier, which I think would have ended the game sooner. But I'm grateful for this match. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another edition of MTG Playback.